So I was looking for a way to create that game mode I was looking for, like conflict with limited spawns that spawn only in the main base. And I tried for 2 days in the Fusion tools, but I couldn't get it done. And then I thought, wait, I can just perhaps look in the workshop. Perhaps there's some other mods that have something similar that I want, like some type of limitation of a spawn system. So I can look at the code and try to clone it for the conflict game mode. So I typed in spawn. I see some really cool mods like disable radio spawns. Then I kept looking. And then I found this. Ironbeard made exactly the game mode I was looking for. And so the cool thing is that I never talked to him before. And I had no idea he was making it. I just literally stumbled over it in the workshop. So if you're watching this, Ironbeard, thank you. Because now I can test that idea on my own server. And so by the time you see this video, this server should be running. Let's go to multiplayer, and the server's name will be, typing Caracal. It's Caracal's Reforger Shack. It will run around 28 players. And here's a few things I would like to speculate about. Okay, so let's assume you're fighting over Morton over here. And let's say one team's base is up here at Lamentin, and the other base is somewhere in the hills over here at Levy. And those are your only spawns, and my server will run without any AI. Now, let's say one team attacks Morton, wins it, and the other team has to attack it now. And in normal conflict game mode, what usually happens is the defenders are basically mindless terminators that don't care about anything. Because they just notice somebody's attacking the flag, they spawn in and just keep pouring out and fighting them. So it's actually only really exciting for the attacking team. And in normal Reforger, I think the most exciting battles are those when both sides have something to lose and they don't expect a battle. And something to lose in this game translates into how far they are from the spawn. And that's what I wanted to do in this type of game mode, is to take the normal Reforger gameplay and leave it undisturbed, like as the developers intended it. The only thing I want to do is supercharge it with that DayZ type of having to get really large distances between you and the spawn. Now, if you're defending Morton, that's going to be much more different, because if the attacker attacks you, if a defender gets hit and gets taken out, he spawns a few kilometers away. So he has just as much fear of having to respawn as the attacker, which means it would change how they play, which means defenders would probably proactively camp certain areas in front of the flag. And the players in general in this game, that's my prediction, will stick into much larger groups because it's safety in numbers, and you're not the only target in a fight. And transport players will now be extremely useful, like helicopters especially, and transport truck players. And players will probably also take much more care about transport vehicles now. So the server run on 128 players, AI is off. Now, when you're playing it, leave me some feedback in the comments how the performance is for you, like in terms of FPS, if there's anything weird happening on the server. Because I rented a pretty beefy server setup, but I'm not sure how much RAM I should have selected. I'm also not sure, because I talked to somebody in Discord, and the concern is, I don't know how the gameplay balance is going to be, because everybody's spawned in the main base. It means the main base will take a hit on how many supplies get drained. However, bases that are not the main base, because they can't spawn players anymore, they are now free to spawn more equipment, which means you can get good equipment close to the front line frequently, but the people to man that equipment, they will always have to spawn in the main base. So I think it's going to balance it out a bit.